G'day and thanks for joining me. It seems like an odd question to do a video on. I'm sure that when you saw the work solutions, you went, oh, of course, it's Newton's third law. Why didn't I see that? Well, that's what I want to address, why you didn't see it. It's probably due to a thing called functional fixedness. So this very famous experiment called the candle problem was given to people and they're given a whole lot of thumbtacks in a box of matches and a candle, and you have to adhere the candle to the wall such that the wax doesn't drip on the table. It takes most people somewhere between 5 and 8 minutes to work out. You tip out the thumbtacks and you use the box and thump that to the wall, and the candle sits on that. As I said, it's called functional fixedness. Once we present the box as just a carrier for the thumbtacks, it's hard to take that leap and see that the box has a function of its own. When the questions the problems presented to people with a box and the thumbtacks are separate, they get it a whole lot quicker. So that's probably what's going on in this question. You've immediately come in and seen, oh, this is an electrostatics question. And so we get this kind of fixedness around electrostatics and not realize that we need to bring in all of the other physics that we know and that we've learned in the course. So how do you overcome it? Well, I'm going to say, listen to your physics teacher, because they've almost certainly been telling you to stop, put your pen down, before you start on a question, draw a little doodle, draw a summary diagram of the question, write down the equations that you think might be relevant to it, spend that moment of time thinking about it. The question number should cue you a bit into that as well. Towards the end of the multiple choice, that's where you're going to find questions which ask you to synthesize information across a number of domains in physics. And that's when you need to put your pen down. If you had drawn a diagram for the question something like this, using vector notation to show the forces on each other, that might have helped to cue your brain into, yes, electrostatics is what's giving rise to the force, but ultimately this is, a question that I've seen before. Giving your brain the best opportunity to be able to get out of that functional fixedness, get out of that, this is a module-only question, and realize that you're bringing all of the physics into play, including the working scientifically skills and problem solving. So super important to always stop and do that summary step, sketching diagrams, what does a graph look like, what are the equations that are relevant to it. In fact, the scaffold for success in physics is summary, then pick the law, then rearrange, substitute, calculate an answer. If you want that explained and want a kind of way that you won't forget it, go to YouTube, type in scaffold wrap physics and enjoy.